So you want your breakthrough into a leadership position and you start networking, yet you are making these three mistakes over and over and over again without being aware. And the results are not showing. And you are saying, what am I doing wrong? Let's see. What are the three most common mistakes that are commonly made when looking for a leadership position? But before that, let's go. Hello, good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing on this quantum leadership meeting or event every Monday at 6-ish p.m. KSA time? Today, we are talking about three mistakes that people who are seeking positions in leadership keep doing over and over and over again without knowing that they are actually doing the very thing that's not taking you there. Okay, so first of all, say hello, say hi. Let's see who is in here with me tonight. Maria Musafiri. Hello. Trying to sew everything without delegating, trying to do everything without delegating. Okay, so we're getting in there on some element and answers. Hi. Hello. So let's look at this situation. So Razan, Daqiq, hello, good evening. Good evening. Jumana Attarabulsi, hello, good evening, everyone. We're talking about three mistakes that people who are seeking leadership positions are commonly doing, yet it's not giving them the results that they want. So they keep doing things and it's not giving them the results and they keep doing them and they get frustrated and they say, oh, there must be something that people are doing and that I'm not doing, and they keep changing techniques and they keep. So let me break down tonight the three most common mistakes, especially post COVID time, that people who are seeking leadership positions are doing. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Wisal Al Haqish. Hello. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. So, networking, it goes without saying that networking is really key and important, especially the higher we go in the on the echelon of command or in seniority in leadership. The more networking is going to have an impact and to become really important. So networking is a must, despite the fact that we have online resources, we have online applications and so, but networking remains key. We have quite interesting numbers that of around 40% of the key leadership positions are still being taken out of networking, in the sense, hey, I'm looking for a project manager to do so and so. Do you have anybody who is really good at this? And then it goes like this. Hiba, hey, I miss you too. Hello, beautiful one. I really miss you too. So the more we go up the ladder of the echelon of command, the more it becomes about 40%. 40%, including in the US, including in Western countries, still 40% of senior leadership positions are filled via networking. It's a very, very telling number. You might be saying, but it's still 40%, it's not a big number, and so and so. But look at the second, look at the second part of the, if you like, the statistics. So 40% of the positions are sought after. Hey, thanks so much, Hiba. The second part of the statistic is that 80% of these 40% positions are open, of course, and filled with, but 80%, 80% are chosen, 80% are chosen out of these positions by or via networking. This is like a really, really, really important percentage to take into account. And if I haven't convinced you that you should be starting to network, it's very, very important that you start networking if you are moving up, the ladders of the position. You say, okay, Nabila, you are speaking to the converted. I love it. I am going to get started. Where do I start? Where do I start? Listen, most of the time what trips people when they want to start to change something, to do a transformation in the way they do something, the first thing they do, they start doing the new thing, the new transformation, the new, if you like, the situation, using the paradigms or using the techniques or using the tactics or using what they know about networking. And this is a big mistake because it's called the by default networking. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, when I say networking, doesn't it bring to mind going to conferences with a pile of business cards and then distributing the business cards, hey, handshake, and then my name is so and I'm doing so and I'm seeking a position in so and then if you have something, then please notify. And then we go like this, isn't it? This is a cliched. This is, if you like, traditional, conventional way of thinking about networking. That it's a matter of being in face to face, and it's a matter of, doing a couple of handshakes and exchanging business cards and calling it networking. How many of us, myself included, have we achieved anything? Have we achieved anything via these things? And how many of us, as a matter of fact, and how many of us still go to conferences? And what is the percentage of contacts you can make via conferences? And I know today we have much more or many more forums and if you like, fairs and so on and so forth, but still the number is still limited compared to the 365 days in a year. What I'm saying is by default networking. So first of all, the first mistake, don't go into networking with your by default setting about networking. Networking has changed big time, and we first of all we need to be well versed into the new ways and the new, even connection messages and connection points and connection introductory messages have changed big time. I would like to know what is the right way. I'm coming to that in a minute, Razan. Most of us didn't achieve this way. Absolutely. Very little outcome out of, going to conferences, spending the whole day, sometimes days, getting really tired, and then you are networking, and probably you will find yourself in a room that is full of people who are themselves trying to network to get a job or trying to network to get the next level up. So, in fact, you could be in a place or in a room that is full of people and there is a lot of hustle and bustle, yet it doesn't avail you the right opportunity to network with the right people. So first of all, very, very important that if you go to face events and everything, that you go to the right places, that you go where these people, the headhunters, the HR managers, the hiring managers, the people who will, have a say. They will make the decision. They have a say in your hiring or anything. Make sure that they are there in that room and that you are not in a room full of people who are themselves trying to find a position or to attract an employer or something. Does it make sense? So the first mistake is using our by default understanding of networking to start networking with for a new position. That's what does Einstein say? If you keep doing the same thing and expect different results, that's the definition of insanity. Okay. So don't do that. Let's start thinking about fresh ways and means to network. Um, Number two, the second thing. Does it make sense, everyone? Does it make sense, everyone? Okay. Give me the thumbs up. Say yes. Say hello. Say we are here. Where are you, everyone? You would like to know what's the right way. Okay. Right, right. What do you think? Razan Daqiq and Rasha Al Halawani and Hiba, are you still here? And Maria Angeli, you are here. Amazing. What do you think? So, number one, let go of the old ways, the by default ways of connecting. They are not working anymore. The face to face, the face. Sadaf Omar, hello. Sadaf Omar, hello. Good evening. Let go of the by default ways of networking. If you are 30 years old, if you are 35 years old, 40 years old, for sure you are coming to the workplace with if you like an idea about how to network. Go to a couple of conferences, have a bunch of business cards, and yeah, old ways. Old ways. Okay, so now we decided we're going to make the networking process a deliberate process. We're going to make it a deliberate process. We are not going to go blind by default. Oh, I'm networking. There is this event, and I'm hoping to bump into my crazy, absolutely amazing opportunity. Boring, says Maria, and then hope and wish and please, my God, give me an opportunity that will da da da. No, I'm going to show you a better way, which is to make your opportunity happen for you. So don't by default into the old ways of networking. Right, that's number one. Number two, don't by default into the old ways of networking online. Don't by default into your old ways of networking, even online. A lot of people say, yes, there is this online, there is this LinkedIn opportunity. What I'm going to do? There is email. Thank you very much. There is uh, and all of these things. So what I'm going to do is copy paste, and boom. Every day you send, like, say 25, you say 30, you send 50. I can send as many as I want. I can write to whom it may concern, and then I can go and search, and then I send. Okay, Only a few days later, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, cricket, nothing happening, nothing happening. And the more the days happen, the more you get disheartened, disappointed. What's going on? Out of 100 I sent, nobody is responding. What's going on? And what's worse now with, if you like, batch sending and batch applying, with batch applying, what's going to happen is you are going to get quickly disappointed, because the more you send and you don't hear anything, the more and the faster and the easier and the more prone you are into getting into disappointment, into, nothing is happening. This is not working anymore. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Maybe I lost my shine. Maybe I lost my spark. And now what's going to happen is you are going to start doubting yourself, doubting your skills. And you start thinking, oh, maybe a BA is no longer enough. I'm going to go after an MA. And maybe an MA is not enough. I'm going to go after an MBA. And maybe the MBA is not enough. I need to do the PhD. And it becomes the rat race for degrees, certificates. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying degrees and certificates are not going to help, are not going to cut it. On the contrary, no, they are going to help big time. They add to your portfolio and they add to your presentation, if you like, for the position. However, it's not everything. It's not everything. Today we know employers are not uh, uh, looking for just degrees and nicely written CVs and nicely put together CVs and applications and so on. Employers are looking for people who are going to solve the problem for them. Employers put job descriptions and open jobs and open positions because they are in need of something who is going to solve the problem for them. Find it. Find what do they need. Find what do they need. What do they need, and position yourself as the person who can solve that problem. You see, what's the problem with batching your CV and your cover letter? So batching, it's the cookie cutter. Batching, it's you change, at best to whom it may concern, and you write the name. And I've been in interviewing, and I interviewed a ton of people, and I know what it feels when you are sent an email and you are on the BCC line, and you know that there is at least 100 people on the BCC line, and the email starts with to whom it may concern. And now I feel, he did not even take the trouble to know who is he addressing the email to, and not even mentioning my name. And that has a double edge and a double effect in terms of impacting your online applications. So and in fact, I do believe that the more you apply online in numbers, the less return you are going to get, because this is the law of diminishing returns. This is the law of diminishing returns. So what I suggest is that you just stop sending in batches, the same cover letter and CV, cover letter and CV, and you start customizing and personalizing. You start customizing and personalizing. Instead of sending 20 per day, I would go for just five. I would go for just five, but take the time to research the company, take the time to research the person who is going to receive this, take the time to weave into your application some of what is really needed in the job description. Because if you read the job description really, really carefully, you're going to see where is the need for this company. And if you find it, oh my, you can guarantee yourself an open lane to the position. Okay. Second mistake, do not by default into batching applications online. It's a big, 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 big mistake. And instead, go for customizing and personalizing a fewer number of applications, especially at the higher level, in the higher levels of position. When we meet with people, with when we meet with people for the first time, when we connect with somebody on, so this is bringing us to the third mistake, when networking for a leadership position. Let's recapitulate. I think I read a question by Rola. Where is Rola? Rola. Rola, do you mean need more networking face to face? No, on the contrary. On the contrary, I am saying be very, very selective in the way you network, here, Rola. Network, but you need to network in the right way, whether in face to face or online. You need to customize your networking, and I'm going to come to three easy peasy, if you like, tips on how to network for a higher level position. Okay, so it's not about the quantity, and it's not about face to face or online. They all work the same way, but it's in the way you network. Okay, awesome. Got my point. Okay, good, Rola. So the third mistake, we said using our by default face-to-face networking. That's mistake number one. Using our by default networking online, which is really batching the applications. That's a second mistake. And the third mistake I want to talk about is the mistake that when we first introduce the first contact, the first touch point with the person who may be having a hiring decision, who may be the one who is going to take the hiring decision during an interview or in the application process. How do you handle the first contact? The first contact will either make it or break it. Let me expand on this. Most of the time, the way we network, we say, let me look at some people who are HR managers, so they may be hiring. And HR managers, I'm sure if we have in the audience any HR managers, they can vouch to this. HR managers, so much so that many of them lock their LinkedIn profile and do not accept any messaging, any direct messaging anymore. Why? I understand them, because I was at one point hiring myself. We get a ton. We get a ton of messages every day. Hey, I'm looking at a position as an English language teacher, and I would like to work in your institution. Bam, and then here is my CV. Or hey, I'm looking for the position. Are you hiring now? Or hey, I know that you are working in so and so. Connect me with X. X is my boss, or or a higher up person. Or I want to pick your brain about hiring. Can you please meet with me for 30 minutes? Because I want to ask you some questions. I guarantee you, any of these messages, it's automatically unread and archived. If your messaging is still open, I guarantee you, blah, 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 Maria says yes. Are you Uh, are you a manager or a hiring director, HM? Are you in recruitment, Maria? You seem to understand. You seem to understand really, really well. Okay, the first message is very, very important that you don't come across, hey, I need this from you. That goes straight into the dustbin or into archiving or into unread and then left alone. Right. Amazing. Please hear me out on this one. Getting a position is not about you. Let me repeat this. Getting a position is not about you. The employer is not interested in you. Please, I'm saying this with all the love, no disrespect, with all the consideration in the word. When you are applying, especially in the higher up position, it's not about you. The employers are looking for somebody who is going to solve a problem for them. Are you that person who is going to solve about them? For example, I have a PhD, I have a master's degree, I have a BA, I have more than 25 plus plus. I'm not going to tell you the number. Working in the educational field and in educational management, I'm not going to go, hey, I have a PhD in metacognitive strategy training, and I have a master's degree in da da da, and I have a BA from this university, fancy name for you, maybe, and I have more than 25 years of experience in da da da. Bam. What is this intro? This intro, it's all about me, 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 me. And employers, who cares? Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Who cares? It's not about you. It's not about you, please. When you are in a position looking for, a leadership position, and read the ad first, yes, and then go in there, and whoever you are communicating with in writing or in an interview or in over the phone, hear him say, what's in it for me? WWIM. WWIM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? You are telling me you have a PhD. What's in it for me? Unless you say I have PhD and connected with how this is going to solve their problem, bam, you made a point. You see what I mean? So it's about the position. It's about how you can solve the if you like the problem, or how you, through the position, how you can help the company advance, how you can help the company improve the bottom line, make more money, drive more business to them, and so on and so forth. So I totally agree with Maria. Read the job description carefully. Read the job description carefully and find what's in there that you can use, that's telling you about the need, about the niche, about the space they are solving, the problem they are solving by opening this position. Find it and try to weave it into your application. So, 3 tips, to network in the right way. Go back and review your way of networking in face-to-face. Face-to-face networking is no longer what it used to be, unless you are going to this function, which is really high profile, and where you are going to find hiring managers, where you are going to find people like Maria, where you are going to find decision makers, where you are going. Don't go into those meetings where everybody is running around with a bunch of business cards and trying to exchange business cards, and by the end you end up with a bunch of business cards at home that you end up throwing away. So second thing, don't by default into networking over online, meaning over LinkedIn or by email or anything. Just go for quality, for fewer numbers, rather than batching a la cookie cutter way. And the third thing, when you introduce yourself, when you want to connect with somebody on LinkedIn, the first message is not, what can you do for me? That doesn't go this way. Nurture the connection. Find ways where you have a common ground, a common interest, a common topic, a common something, and start the discussion, a genuine, authentic discussion, and make it from there. And don't go straight into asking for a favor. Well, make sure you are well informed about what the position takes. I love it, Maria. This is so, so important. And how many times do we find people going to a position just because they think it's going to be a good position for them? The salary is going to be good for them. It's going to do this for them. And they don't really read what is in the job description. So thank you, everyone. These are my 3 tips and my 3 takeaways from networking. Talking about networking, this is one of the topics I give workshops on, especially within my paid programs. And I am going to have a masterclass on September 7th, where I teach extensively on how to combine mindset and skill set in order to make a big quantum leap in your position. So how to make a big listen, moving into big leadership positions, it's not about degrees or doing things in a certain way. It's a combination where you demonstrate that you have the mindset and you have the skill set, and you are developing the skill set. You have the right skills for upgrading your networking techniques. You have the skills needed to position yourself really well. And again, positioning ourselves in the industry, and using LinkedIn to gain more visibility. And I still can't sometimes fathom how we still have LinkedIn for free, and still a ton of people are passing on the opportunity to position themselves really well, for headhunters, for HR managers, for people who are really looking for you, but they can't find you because you are hiding behind a flower in the in the picture or the photo icon, and something totally irrelevant in the slider. I have a ton of content to give in there. Please, if you are in to see at what does it take to be ready, both mindset and skill set, then join my masterclass, where I talk about, especially about the role of confidence, because behind all of this there is your confidence level. If you have the confidence level, you're going to cut it. If you don't have the confidence level, you're going to be kind of a little bit wishy-washy, going places here and there, doing something and second guessing yourself and changing the techniques a million times without even knowing what is really going to take me there. So this is what I teach. You are never ready, says Maria, and I totally agree. Join me in my masterclass September 7th at 8 p.m. KSA. If you drop hashtag masterclass, we are going to send you an invitation right to your inbox or right here in the chat. hashtag masterclass. And we are going to send you the link to register for the masterclass. Amazing, amazing. Have a great, great evening, everyone. Bye bye. Every week, quantum leadership every Monday at 8 p.m. KSA. Every Monday at 8 p.m. KSA, quantum leadership with Nabila. How awesome is that? Have a great, great evening. Bye bye.